Hi 6th grade science students, welcome. This is room 103. This is the lab for 6th grade science. I wanted to show you a little bit about this room on our official room tour. So first of all, this is called the demonstration table or the demo table. It also has the teacher desk as well. So basically the demo table is to do any demonstrations that may be not safe, maybe we don't have enough equipment, so everybody in the class can actually see what is going on. It's almost like a cooking instruction table that they use on TV. So this is the demo table. You'll obviously see the Promethean board, which we'll use quite frequently, getting students up and around and using it. Over here is a secondary emergency exit. This is not an exit that we go into and out of, but in case we need it, we do have a secondary exit if necessary. All the blue over here are the cabinets and the drawers that hold science supplies. We, Miss Ryan and myself, will pull out the equipment for you. Obviously, if something is broken, please let us know and we will get a new piece of equipment for you. Safety is extremely important in science, so we do have a fire blanket over here. We've never had to use it before, but if we have a small fire, we can put the blanket over it to put the fire out. We also have our meter sticks over here. We will be using the metric system in science, so that is what we will be utilizing to do our measurements in distance. The rolly carts that are set up around the room are for you to use, specifically in the case of a spill or some sort of cleanup. The top drawer has paper towels that you can utilize in the case of something spilling, leaking, etc. We also have at each table 2 sinks. The levers are much easier to use than the twisty knobs. We have hot and cold, and then these right here with the yellow caps are the gas jets. We're not going to use them this year for the Bunsen burners, but you will be using them in 8th grade. We have them in here just in case this becomes an 8th grade classroom instead of a 6th grade lab classroom. So cruising back over here, we have lots of materials that anyone can use, so you don't have to ask us, can I have this? I need this. So we have a pencil sharpener, we have Purell, we have lotion if you have dry hands, Kleenex, we have a 3-hole punch, colored pencils, we have rulers, scissors, markers. This is obviously the office that connects my room to Miss Ryan's room. You can only go through here if we allow you to go through here, so this is where we keep extra supplies, etc. And then this is Fred. This is a skeleton that I made when I was in 8th grade out of recycled material, and we actually won first place for it, so he will be joining us this year. Over here is, in all of the science labs here at Edgewood, is the fume hood. So basically we've never really used the fume hood before, but if we do need it, you put something that might be stinky. So let's say we were looking at a skunk and we wouldn't want the skunk to spray us. So we'd put the skunk in here, close it up, and then we can turn on the light for further examination, and we turn on the exhaust so the skunk smell goes up, up, up out of Edgewood into the atmosphere. Great. And so we don't smell the skunk smell in here, it goes out and we can observe the skunk. So this is the fume hood. We really don't use it a whole lot, but it's here if we need it. Over here, some important stuff. So if you need to use the restroom in the case of an emergency, only an emergency, you do need to sign out so we know where you are. The closest restroom, the boys, is right down the hall by 103. The closest one is by Miss Levitt's room. Also, you need to borrow a pencil. I have 2 pencils available in room 103. Basically, in order to borrow a pencil, I don't want your shoe, I don't want your retainer, I don't want earrings. You put a necklace on, 2 only. I'm not Target, Staples, Office Depot. You take the necklace, you can use the pencil, and then when you leave class, I know you have something of mine, and you just return it so somebody else can use it. Passes are in here if you need to use the restroom, and then if you need to use the nurse. Please let us know if you need to use the nurse so we can kind of assess if maybe the nurse needs to come down and help you, or if you can get up to the nurse by yourself. The Eagle Wing reward jar, so if you get an Eagle Wing from one of your teachers, you can put it in this jar or any jar around the school. We have a pencil sharpener, we have a stapler, we have tape, we have Kleenex. If you misplace your journal entries, extra copies are in here, or they're posted on my blog, if you have Mrs. Tracy, and homework, class handouts, blank paper, and line paper. So everything is nicely organized if you need something. Emergency backpack, we will take it in the case of an emergency. This calendar, which I will update, will tell you kind of what's going on. And then these are basically controls for the different sorts of exhaust in the room or airflow. So you need a key to work it, so you don't have to touch any of the buttons because you don't have the key. Best pencil sharpener ever, the hand one. So I would definitely use this if somebody is talking or I am talking instead of using the electric because it makes a lot of noise. So you'll notice in my room and in Miss Ryan's room we have two other pieces of safety equipment. We have the emergency eyewash. So basically the emergency eyewash is almost like a water fountain. So if you get something in your eye, this is not an eyelash or a contact malfunction, it's like a chemical, which never has happened. It is a forceful amount of water that will flush the irritant out of your eye. Both myself and Miss Ryan know how to use this. An emergency shower is if you get something that's irritated to your skin that we need to get off immediately. We really have to pull hard on this handle, and basically the water comes down pretty much free flow, goes into this small little drain right here, and it will get the irritant off of your body. By no means should you pull this, because as we all know, there's a lot of people in this world that don't have fresh water to drink. So we know how to use these. We've never used them before in the case of an emergency, but if we do need them, we have them. Last piece of safety equipment, thank goodness, we have the fire extinguisher. It's very exciting to use, but we have it if we need it. And then basically over here, the telephone if we need it, and that kind of takes care of room 103. So next we'll go into Miss Ryan's room.